Hi, this is Mike with Thrive, and welcome to your SEO report. Hi, Tracy. This is Mike with Thrive, and I'm making this video to go over some of the reporting on a month-to-month and some of our year-to-date accomplishments. And we do apologize for you not getting your reports. We're trying a new platform that obviously did not trigger the correct sequence for your franchise location. So, at any rate, I would anticipate me doing the reports and making a brief video for you for next month as well, just so you can get an idea of exactly what we look at. You can take a look at the progress and some of the things we were able to accomplish, and also go over some of the opportunities that we have in the next couple of months. So diving right in, our first metric that we look at is something called our top 5 keywords. And this is associated with the corporate pages and the corporate landing pages, as you can see in the title. Now, our top 5 keywords, those are keywords and queries that are ranking positions 1 through 5 on the first page of the Google search results. So looking at our data for May, we finished the month with 9. So that's very, very strong and very good to see in terms of where you're ranking from a non-branded and branded aspect. That's quite an increase from April. As you see, we had some fluctuability. We had some fluctuations in the top 5 going from March to April and then back up to May at number 9. So very good to see that. That indicates us that that'll help you get more organic traffic. And this is not related to Google My Business either. This is just strictly keywords, and there's a real finite set that we use for Restoration 1 and all the locations. So let's take a look at some of those keywords and some of the movement that occurred in the last 30 days in our next screen. I've loaded our keyword report here in this screen. As you can see, that kind of mirrors the visibility graph that we were just looking at. This is over a 1 month time. And then looking at some of our keyword movers, as you can see here, fire and water restoration. Bradenton moving up 2 positions to number 2. Water restoration Bradenton. Water restoration company Bradenton. Followed by position number 4. That was 4 positions increased over 30 days. And then our water damage restoration in Bradenton, that moved up 1 position to number 5. And then water restoration near me, that's typically a mobile type of search. And that's usually in a lot of times we see that in the speakable format. So some really good movement on our non-branded keywords. Our branded keywords, Restoration 1 Bradenton, has attained number 1 for quite a few months now. So we don't really report on that. We do keep an eye on it. It's important to rank well for your branded themed keywords. These are users and visitors that are looking into your specific franchise, doing research, and they also could represent word of mouth. So in any of those scenarios, you want to make sure that you're ranking at the top. And there is a normal expectation that if you Google search your the name of your business or name and location, you should appear at the top of the results. That's a really finite search query. So, and we're pleased to report that we've been number 1 for quite some time with all of our branded themes and variations. So that's the picture on the keyword front from a non-branded and branded position, but really good to see some solid upward mobility looking at the position increases over the last 30 days for our fire, water, restoration themes. Next key metric is total traffic. Total traffic is measured in sessions, and session is a measure of a visitor that goes to more than 1 page within the website. We look at sessions specifically because that traffic will automatically weed out the bots, any bot traffic, and we like to look at real human interaction with your content. That tells us, what the audience is really gravitating to, where you are ranking well with regards to non-branded themes, and if there's a hiccup in the in the flow of a visitor in terms of providing their information or trying to get a hold of you. So we do see a dip, quite a bit of drastic decrease from April, from 79 down to 23. April, we did have a pretty stormy month, so there could have been a lot of searches for water, mold, and fire is one of those things where it doesn't really matter unless you live in a fire-prone area, like in the woods out west. Florida typically doesn't have a fire season per se. I know up north they have in the past in the Panhandle, but typically for Bradenton, Tampa, and Sarasota, there's no natural fire season. I'm thankful for that. But again, we do rank well for fire, but the volume is, it's really subject to, where the fires occurred and what area. So, predicting volume and forecasting volume for those themes are a little difficult. But again, the volume was down overall, and this just represents the corporate landing page for organic traffic only. This does not include any of the Google My Business interactions, which typically with the franchises comprises of 75% of the traffic. So, but again, your Google My Business and your SEO working together in that, having that synergy is what we strive for, and that helps with attaining conversions and building that trust before that trust has to be built before those prospects can pick up the phone and call you. So again, let's take a little deeper dive into the traffic. We can look at the contributing sources and some of the changes that occurred, month over month. Loaded our SEO progress report here in this screen. As you can see, the date range, the majority of the traffic was from organic sources, 15 out of the 23 sessions, which comprises of approximately 46 page views for the month. We do want to try to get some more traffic here in terms of organic, direct, and referral. I don't believe you're engaged in any social, so it's not surprised to see that that's very low. Again, no conversions in terms of the email form submissions, but looking at the calls, we had quite a few actually for the month, and I like to see that average call time of 2 minutes. Not every call is great, but when the average call time is over 1.5 minutes, we do see trends towards quality. We also have some voicemails. So again, another lead form or form of a lead, and 162 calls answered. So it'd be great to get your feedback on the calls and the relevancy. We can look at the dispositions in the lead data charts that we have, the ROI trackers. Please let me know if we need to send that to you again. It's really important that you update the dispositions in there. Now we have automatic dispositions, so we do see some quality within but it would be really helpful, to really fine tune it by getting your feedback. So with that said, that concludes our reporting for this month. Again, we'll be sending out these reports just like you see, and the reason being is we want to make sure that you can see the big picture from start to finish. So you can see kind of how the migration and the progression over time, and how we were able to get us pretty secured ranking for branded themes keywords in the #1 position, and then working on our non-branded themes while improving our what we rank for on the Google My Business side and Google Maps and the local path. So look forward to meeting with you and going over this in a more granular detail. And with that said, we really appreciate your business, and I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day.